59-year-old Dale Ewell was a United States Air Force veteran who specialized in selling small airplanes with his company, Western Piper Sales Incorporated. This business venture would make Dale Ewell a multi-millionaire, as he and his wife of 31 years, 57-year-old Glee Ewell, would live the luxury life. Their two children, 24-year-old Tiffany Ewell and 21-year-old Dana Ewell, were both very driven college students. Tiffany was a graduate student in accounting, and Dana was a business major at Santa Clara University. Dana had a reported IQ of 165, and it was expected that he and his sister would follow in their father's footsteps and have very successful careers as well. However, this sadly would not be the case, as a truly horrific event would take place, and the perpetrator behind it all would shock everyone. On April 19, 1992, the Ewell family had spent the Easter holiday at the Pajaro Dunes Resort. They would return to their Fresno home, and 2 days later, their housekeeper tried to enter their home and sensed something was wrong. Their alarm system was off, yet the doors were locked. Inside the home, she would discover the dead bodies of Dale, Glee, and Tiffany. They had all been shot to death, and their house severely ransacked. Red flags immediately went off as it was revealed. There was no forced entry to the home, yet somehow the alarm system was turned off, and it appeared the family had been ambushed as they brought their luggage from their trip inside. Dana Ewell managed to avoid being a part of these brutal murders as he was having dinner with his girlfriend, Monica Zent, the daughter of an FBI agent, John Zent, who confirmed his alibi that fateful night. During the police's search of the crime scene at the Ewell home, they discovered a box of 9mm ammunition in the master bedroom, as well as strange fibers found on the victims that they could describe as resembling rubber of some sort. Given Dale's extreme success in the airplane business, it was a theory that a business rival became bitter or jealous of Dale and decided to kill him, and his family was just collateral. Given the notoriety of the Ewell family in the community, their murders shocked everyone as it hit the news. The night the Ewell family was murdered, Glee and Tiffany drove back home first, and Tiffany was shot and killed first, before Glee was chased down and killed in a separate room. The killer or killers waited 30 minutes in the home until Dale returned and shot him execution style. All three were killed with a 9mm pistol. Investigators did a test of the shell casing found at the crime scene to the bullets found in the box in the master bedroom, and it was a match. The box had a store label on it, and police drove to the store to see if they could pinpoint who purchased the box of ammo. It had been over 30 years since it was bought, but the store owner still had the receipts, and it showed it was sold to Dale Ewell. The killer or killers had used Dale's own ammunition to kill him and his family. One thing was now for certain. One had to know Dale kept his ammunition in his master bedroom drawer and knew how to disable their alarm system. Further examination of the bullets recovered from the crime scene also showed that they had been fired through a suppressor of some sort, leaving police with the question of, could it have been a hired hitman? Shortly after the Ewell family was murdered, Dana began acting suspiciously. He hired an attorney who police would have to contact to ask Dana any questions regarding his parents or his sister. In terms of what Dana would gain from the demise of his parents, it was simple. He was the beneficiary of his parents' estate and was set to inherit $8 million. It would have been $4 million had his sister not lost her life in the ambush. Dana would make strange inquiries about the progress of his family's autopsy, contacting the coroner and asking him what he had discovered and so forth. Police now decided to dig deeper into Dana's background and discovered he had plagiarized a term paper in his business ethics class and failed the course. Dana was also revealed to be a loner, and his only friend was his former roommate Joel Radovchich. Police decided to give him a call, and the first words out of his mouth were, "Are you going to arrest me?" His question was so unusual, police decided to put him under surveillance. This led them to a payphone where an undercover cop overheard Joel demand $250,000 and how to invest it. Phone records revealed Joel was talking to Dana Ewell. Joel's financial records revealed he had been spending freely despite not having a job. Paying for helicopter classes, costing nearly $500 an hour, and even more odd was that Dana was the one paying for these checks for Joel. Prior to the murders of the Ewell family, Joel had ordered several books from a local library and sent them to a man named Jack Ponce. These books described how to make homemade silencers. A background check on Jack Ponce revealed he was a 23-year-old law student and lifelong friend of Joel. Records also showed that Jack had owned a 9mm semi-automatic weapon. Police picked Jack up and interrogated him, to which he denied any involvement with the murders and said his gun was stolen. With many red flags, yet no solid evidence, 3 years would pass before a break in the case. Police executed a search on Joel Radovčić's apartment and discovered several tennis balls with holes drilled inside of them. Police were able to match the fibers from these tennis balls to those found on the Ewell family, proving that the tennis balls were used as part of the silencer in the murders. Police now had enough evidence and arrested Jack Ponce at a restaurant where he worked as a bartender. Joel was arrested at a local Taco Bell he would frequent, but Dana was nowhere to be found. Joel would remain silent, but after realizing he was facing the death penalty, Jack would talk. He confessed that he lied about his gun being stolen and said he had sold it to Joel for $500. A few days later, he claimed Joel returned the gun and said, "Get rid of it." Jack claimed Joel confessed to the murder of the Ewell family, describing the inside of their home, how he disabled the alarm system, and how he killed each member of the family. Details the police already knew, but were not included in the newspaper. Jack said he disassembled the gun and tossed the parts in a dumpster and buried the homemade silencer in a vacant lot in Los Angeles. Upon search of the vacant lot, police were able to recover the silencer. Police ran a test of the homemade silencer found and discovered it was a match to the bullets found at the crime scene. This was the murder weapon. Dana Ewell wanted his parents' money and didn't want to wait for them to pass on naturally and didn't want to share the wealth with his sister, so he would hire his friend Joel to commit the brutal murders. Dana would give Joel the alarm code and keys to the family home, tell him where his father kept the ammunition box in his master bedroom, and when to expect them to return home to ambush them. Jack Ponce was given immunity for his testimony, and Dana Ewell would turn himself in. In 1995, Dana Ewell and Jack Ponce were both found guilty of first-degree murder and murder for financial gain. They were both sentenced to life imprisonment without parole. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and comment what you thought of this crime story.